Hi, this video is part of the Every Drop Counts series, brought to you by Piedmont Environmental Alliance. Climate change is a huge force that's impacting every aspect of life on Earth. This video will dive deeper into how our planet is changing and how these changes impact our water and water systems. Climate change describes a change in the average conditions, such as temperature and rainfall, on our planet over a long period of time. To understand climate change, let's define weather and climate. Weather describes the current state of the atmosphere, like temperature, moisture, pressure, and storms. When you look out the window, you can tell something about today's weather. Climate describes a trend in weather conditions over time. For instance, if an area is known to have a hot, rainy season every year, that is a part of its climate. A climate is observed over a long period of time, usually for longer than 30 years. The climate of the planet changes naturally over time. This chart shows the average temperature of the planet over the last 800,000 years. You can see that the average temperatures go up and down over time. The Earth's climate has always gone through these changes. Here, we see the most recent ice age, and this is where our planet is now. While the Earth's climate has changed for millions of years, in the 1930s, scientists started to observe an increase in the speed and degree of change. The planet is getting hotter faster than ever before. This chart shows average temperatures on Earth since the year 500. You can see how the temperature trends upwards very quickly nearing the 2000s. The top 5 hottest years on record are 2016, 2019, 2015, 2017, and 2018. But what's causing the planet to get so much hotter faster than we've seen before? More than 97% of scientific research studies show that human activities are causing most of today's climate change. In fact, scientists who study climate change say that without human activities, the planet would be in a cooling period right now. Humans cause climate change by releasing huge amounts of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, into the atmosphere through activities like burning coal and gas for fuel, clear-cutting old forests, and factory farming. As you can see, these gases make our atmosphere warmer because they trap heat from the sun. This process actually helps make life possible on Earth by keeping our planet warm. However, the more greenhouse gases building up in the atmosphere, the more heat is trapped, and the warmer our planet becomes. Scientists predict that the planet could become on average 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit hotter as soon as 2030. The last time global temperatures changed this much occurred at the end of the last ice age, and it happened over a period of 10,000 years. Plants and animals had a chance to adapt. This change is so fast that many species, including humans, may not survive. What will a hotter planet look like? Well, melting glaciers and polar ice will lead to higher ocean levels, increasing flooding and causing more frequent and more devastating weather events like hurricanes and tsunamis. Heat waves and droughts will also become more frequent, causing more wildfires, conflict and war over scarce water resources, and health problems from heat like asthma and heat stroke. Food will become more difficult to grow. Most plants and animals can only survive in certain temperatures. Food production, from farming to fishing to raising meat, will have to move and change as our planet becomes hotter. As ecosystems collapse and change, new diseases will spread further and faster across the planet, causing new pandemics and health concerns. How might climate change impact your life? Well, in North Carolina, we are facing an increase in weather disasters like hurricanes, tropical storms, and flooding. We used to call big storms 100-year storms. For example, we haven't had this much rain in 100 years. Today, we're already seeing record-breaking storms happen almost every year. With big storms happening more and more frequently, people in Forsyth County are already experiencing more flooding and more fallen trees from wet soil and lightning. As the planet continues to heat up, we will also face summers where it is too hot to be safely outside. Currently, we have about 10 days a year with temperatures above 95 degrees Fahrenheit. In 70 years, that number could be 40 days. Imagine an entire month of summer with no camp, no sports, and no playing outside. All of these changes will impact our wallets. As temperatures increase, we'll have to spend a lot more money on electricity to run our air conditioners and fans, doctor visits, and repairs for damage caused by storms. So we know climate change will have a big impact on our lives and the well-being of all plants and animals and ecosystems across the planet. Now let's look at the impact of climate change on Earth's water and water systems. Remember, while our planet is 70% water, most of the Earth's water is salt water, which we cannot drink. Fresh water, which all land-living plants, animals, and organisms need to survive, makes up only 3% of all water on the planet. Glaciers and permanent ice are the biggest sources of fresh water on Earth. But what happens as average global temperatures rise? These glaciers melt and flow into the ocean, becoming saltwater. Melting glaciers do not only impact our oceans and seas. Rising sea levels will cause salt water to creep up on our coasts and may spread into our ground and surface water sources. This is a process called saltwater intrusion and threatens the quality of our freshwater resources, which we need for drinking and agriculture. As the demand for fresh water from the ground increases and the sea levels rise as a result of climate change, this will become a problem in North Carolina and in other coastal areas. That is how climate change reduces the amount of fresh water available on Earth. While climate change causes more extreme weather during some of the year, it is also responsible for more droughts in other places across the planet. As areas like California and South Africa have less rain, lakes, rivers, and streams dry up, providing less water to the people who live in those regions. This is also known as water scarcity. As glaciers and permanent ice melt, more water goes into the ocean, causing sea levels to rise. This chart, based on satellite data, shows the steady increase in sea level since 1993. Higher oceans and seas will cause more flooding on coastal cities and islands. And more ocean water is one of the causes of more frequent and intense major weather events like hurricanes, tsunamis, and tropical storms. Rising sea levels will also impact the timing of the seasons, ecosystems in and outside of the water, and climate zones all over the world. While record-breaking warming is being felt on land, most of the extra heat energy being trapped in our atmosphere is being stored deep in our oceans, causing rapid changes and the decline of key ecosystems. In fact, 93% of the extra heat trapped on Earth is absorbed into the ocean. With rising sea levels, more of that heat is being absorbed, reducing Earth's ability to reflect heat energy back out into space. In conclusion, climate change is real. It's caused by humans, and it's impacting our planet and our water. But there's hope. Individual actions like reducing your carbon footprint and conserving water can make a real difference. But real, significant change requires collective action, such as working together to make changes to our government, policy, or institutions. Watch our next video to learn more about our local water resources. Thank you to our sponsors for making this video possible.